quite the morning this morning. Oh my gosh, Stacy. Like generally I do a whole 30-second countdown and then we do the video. And this morning, I don't know where my brain is, but that didn't happen. So we're here and we're live and happy Monday. Today is October 28th, everyone out there. And we're so thankful that we could go live and be here today. Stacy and I are really excited about the conversation we're going to talk about today because Stacy's not only a high performance sales coach and leader. She's got a lot of sales background. There's so much she's learned in that hustle of that sales, of really kind of slowing down and listening. And so we're gonna learn a little bit more about that today, and maybe that'll help me be like, who's kind of relax a little bit, Stacy. So Stacy, why don't you tell us a little bit about you, your background, and how you've gotten to this point now in this whole process for you.
Thanks for asking the question. Like you were saying, I was in sales, the corporate world, for about, 25 years. Started as absolute green outside salesperson. And I didn't know what I was getting into, but I'll tell you, it's been a journey. And, I think I was supposed to go through it so I'd really learn what I needed to learn about society, about our beliefs, about what we're capable of. And so through this process of being an outside salesperson, green, and then moving into training and overseeing 3 states and all this kind of stuff, and loving, helping people reach their full potential. Like that's my passion, is to go, how can I help people grow, expand in whatever they choose to do? And so what's transpired for me is I got out of corporate, decided I lost myself, and I was like, who am I? And so through that process, I got my life coaching certification, which was transformational for me to truly understand, who am I, and what am I here to do, and how am I here to serve people? So as, like you were saying, a high performance coach, I actually shifted that to transformational life and business coach, because I feel like high performance now, like you were saying, it just doesn't fit anymore. Like, do we need to push and make things happen all the time? Why couldn't we step into who we truly are and live the life that's unique to us? A life in business that really we're happy and successful. We don't have to live like any other person. We don't have to run our business like any other person. So that's what I do, because I feel like that's the transformation that's happening in our society.
Yeah. Well, let's say the individual, I'm asking for a friend. Let's say the individual is extremely happy with the way that they're running their business and who they are and how they're showing up and presenting themselves, yet they still find themselves in that hustle or, in that kind of grind, and they forget how important it is to just pause and listen and wait for an answer instead of creating it for themselves, figuring it out in their brain and going. That, I think that balance there is probably one of the toughest things that we face as individuals. So what has happened to you, or do you have a story you can share of a client or yourself where you did do that and it was successful?
Well, first of all, because we're all unique, I don't think that we have to. Some people have this driving energy. I work with human design, which really delves into your unique energy field. Whether, like, I am not built through human design. It's a pathway, it's energetic pathway that I've learned. And each person is different. And so for me, I learned that I'm not supposed to be like grinding and moving all the time. I'm a coach. I help people through the experiences that I've had. And so I don't need to do that push. Now, other people are built that way, that they're like, gosh, I've got more than enough, energy. However, so that's the first thing, is to really find out what's your energetic path. But secondly, this is what's happened to me, because I was on that push, 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 make it happen, which you can do it that way. However, it may not be fun, right? So for me, like I do transformational retreats, and when I moved to Arizona, I could not for the life of me find a place. And so I truly believe that, we have divine guidance, that we are, led, our energetic, what we put out, we get back. And so I decided, I'm not going to find it on my own. I can't figure this out. So I decided I'm just going to put it out and something's going to come in. And so I did that. And a couple weeks later, all of a sudden I get this message, like, to everyone, hey, are you looking for this retreat center? Are you a first-time retreat leader? And I'm like, yes and yes. And I reached out, and it's like this magnificent venue with wonderful people. And I didn't do anything. And my point is that we can allow life and business to unfold. Yes, do we need to do day in, day out stuff? But we don't have to always push. When we can't figure things out, we keep trying, and it takes a toll on our nervous system. So if we just step back, number one, really discover who you are, your energetic path, but also know that you don't have to always do it all yourself.
I love that you said that, and that you didn't do anything and it just came to you. And sometimes, and it's happened to me so many times in my life, when I'm looking for something and I'm like, I'm not sure where to start or how to do it.
Yes.
And then it just shows up in your inbox, or as on a search, on your cell phone or something like that. And I think it's about recognizing it and realizing that it's okay to take that pause, and it's okay to put it out in the universe and say, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I need. And then pause for a minute to be waiting for those. I always say to people, prayers don't get answered if you don't pray. Right? Like, you have to actually pray and ask for what it is that you want. And they don't always get answered like we're putting money in and putting a number and accepting something from a vending machine. That's just not the way God or the universe works, right? It's important for us to remember that they're answered in what's best for us and the experiences of other people, because what you're doing, especially with it being a retreat center, is you're affecting so many individuals as well. So it has to be for the betterment of all of that for it to be right. So what have you learned in, the high performance? Is everyone seems super stressed out and overwhelmed, and they're, at this level of high performance that I find myself to be a high performance person, but I don't feel stressed out or anxious or feel like I have too much to do or my plate is too full, because if it is, I'll just take stuff off my plate. That's just the way I work. But I'll say no to things, because when we say yes to something, we're saying no to something else, and we need to remember that that's happening for us. So I would love to learn more about how we can do that slowing down and listening.
So, I think we all get inspiration, right? We get downloads or ideas, and we get excited, right? And we're off to the races, and we do that. Yet we've all been there. We're like, well, I've got to get this social media post out, or I've got to get the newsletter out. But if you're like pounding, you're like, I don't know what to write, you get this block or whatever. It's like, but you still try, and it comes out, but it's not really you. Like, that happens to all of us all the time. So instead of just keep going, right? Keep going forward, take a pause, breath, go for a walk, call someone that you truly enjoy talking to, go to lunch or whatever. That's when the inspiration comes. And then it's not so hard. You're like, oh, there's the idea, instead of trying to. So instead of, like, when the energy stops and you just feel like it's not coming, take a pause. It doesn't mean take the whole day off. I'm just saying, take a pause, do something for yourself. Take a walk, meditate, breathe, call. All of those things can help you move forward. Or it's like, maybe this isn't the route. Like, listen to your intuition. What is it saying to you? But remember, we're all inspired. Inspiration comes, where's that come from? It comes from energy. It comes from other people. And if we just remember that we don't always have to do it ourselves, that it doesn't have to be right now. It could be, but maybe it's going to come in the next couple of days and you get this inspired idea or action, then take it. Then that's fun. Then things flow. And what I found is when I work with people, I ask them, what do you truly want? And they say, I want peace. I want flow. I don't want to make it like a struggle every day. Oh my gosh, no one wants that.
Yeah. And I think finding peace for each one of us looks a little bit different. And I know that they can stay connected with you, Stacy, on LinkedIn. So I'm going to encourage everyone who's watching this to connect with Stacy on LinkedIn, just learn a little bit more about her, DM her to connect with her, grab a call, to just find out more maybe in your life. If you feel that you're that person, maybe on that hamster wheel that feels like you're the one that has to do it all, you're the one that has to be the one making the wheel turn. That's not necessarily the easiest way to provide success for yourself. My vision board has resources, mentorship, and learning on it for specific subjects, because I don't know the answers. I don't know what I need to know yet. So I put that on there as a reminder for me to get mentors and to listen and to learn more from other people and attend conferences where I'm going to learn on these subjects. And I think it's important for us to remember that. You can connect with Stacy at truyoutraining@gmail.com. You can reach her on our website at truyoutraining.com as well. And I'm assuming they can connect with you in all of these 3 different areas that we talked about, whether it be email or website, connecting with you on LinkedIn. I think that's one of the best ways, is just start following someone on social media. You can see what they're like, what they're doing, DM them, reach out to them. Stacy, what is the one thing you would like everyone to take out of today and to really remember, no matter where they are in their career, if they're a business owner? You've taken the leap so many times in your life, and they've all proven to work out. And you've just realized, like, hey, listening to myself is so much easier. And this has been so great. I'm going to do more of that. And so many more people need to do that too.
I would say, really discover yourself or rediscover yourself. If things are not flowing the way that you would like to, then remember that you are absolutely unique, and that you don't have to do it like anybody else. You don't have to do it like society says. And that we have limiting beliefs that hold us back from truly stepping powerfully into our lives and businesses. So always keep looking, listening, what's happening in your body, your mind and spirit, what is calling you. And if it doesn't stop calling you, then listen and follow that path forward. You have divine guidance within you, with your soul, with, God, source, universe, that will lead you towards what you're wanting: joy, happiness, success, prosperity, all of those things. Follow your joy and your unique path.
I'm glad that you said that, because so many people just they chase money. It's chasing money or status. And that never, ever brings you peace. It never brings you comfort. It doesn't create happiness for you. And so I'm glad that we talked about that today, because if it's one thing that I want people to have, especially moving into this holiday, is comfort and friends, and to feel successful, to be proud of themselves, and to have joy and peace in their lives. Peace is the number one thing. And that I would love for someone to listen today and ask themselves, do I feel peaceful in my life, or is there something disturbing that? And if it is, I want you to reach out to Stacy here and connect with her. We've left you so many comments on how you can connect with her and links. So please do that. And I just want to say, Stacy, thank you for being an amazing member of the LEAP community, for your contribution to all of the conferences, your contribution to all of the ladies. It's just been a pleasure getting to know you and being around you.
Thank you so much. I'm back at you. I've totally enjoyed getting to know you and working with you too. Thank you.
Thanks,
so much.
Stacy. All right, everyone. We will see you next Monday. Everyone have a fabulous week and happy Halloween. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.